Hi there, this is Chuy Terrazas, and I want to talk today about how to be a successful private lender. You know, it makes me laugh. A lot of people say, lending, that's bad, right? There's a lot of foreclosures. Well, no, what I like to say is bad lending is bad. Bad loans were being made just outrageously left and right. I know guys who are getting 110% loans. So they would get the cost of the property, plus the closing costs, plus some extra rehab money on top. Well, that all sounded really beautiful until all the cookies started to crumble, right? As a successful lender, I like to recommend you're never above 70% of the value of the property. What does that mean for you? Well, it means you got 30% equity there. You know, the opportunity of lending your money for, let's say, 7 to 10% return on your money sounds really nice until those payments stop coming in, and potentially, you always got to plan for the worst, potentially you have to foreclose on the person and you end up with a property. And we all know banks call those REOs, real estate owned. They're not in the business of being landlords. They don't like owning those properties. They want their payments. A lot of you as private lenders are going to be the same way. You want your payments. But you got to remember, another wise rule is don't lend your money on the deal if you don't like the idea of owning it. If you go in with the intention of, hey, with the mindset of, hey, someday it's a possibility that I'm going to have to foreclose and end up back with this, you won't be freaked out when it happens. As a matter of fact, I have loans that I sit back and I think, you know, it'd be kind of cool if I end up with that property back because it's so much nicer now. Value has gone up so much. So, you know, it's all about going in and writing a good loan. That means making sure you have a qualified investor, someone with experience. I'll tell you what, honestly, a week ago, I met a kid, and I say kid because I'm in my 40s now. This guy was in his 20s, and he came up to me and he said, guess what? I met a doctor that's willing to put up $1 million with me and be a private investor, and I'm out there looking for my first deal. First thing I thought was, how'd you find a doctor to give you $1 million if you've never done a deal before? Like, wow, that's great for you, kid, but what was that doctor thinking? You know, if I was you, I'd want to know how many deals has this guy done? You know, align yourself with successful people. I have a successful team of people around me, great attorneys, great title companies, and you need to think that way too. Line yourself up with great investors. Make sure that the property is a property that you don't mind owning in the worst case scenario, and make sure you're not lending above 70% of the value. That's my rule of thumb. You can go with whatever works for you. But all right, hope that was valuable to you, and I'll see you in the next video.